I was taking a shower thinking about what I wanted to say because I didn't want to come off too intense or shady or nasty or whatever. I always try to bring like the most lighthearted and loving messages, but I feel like in the earth and in our life right now there's both, right? There's the light and the dark. And sometimes it doesn't matter how light like how bright we shine and how much light we try to pour into others. Sometimes we're just faced with the dark, and sometimes people only offer us what they have to give, and sometimes what they have to give isn't light, it's dark and bad things. And that's basically what I wanted to talk about. That's basically what I wanted to talk about today. Is while I was taking a shower, the same phrase kept repeating in my mind, that is, treat others how they treat you and watch them slowly disappear from your life. And sometimes it isn't that slowly. I've learned the hard way, I think, that it doesn't matter how much you pour into a relationship and how much you give that person and all the amazing things that you try to do for them. Some people, they don't have it in them to give it back to you. And I don't think that we should like manage relationships being like, what is this person offering me? But I also think after years of being in relationships and having friends, family members, partners, there is a balance that should lie there. Like, there should be reciprocity and there should be equal give and take. I feel like now that we're adults, we're all grown, we have like the kind of like obligation to be in equal relationships. We're not babies anymore. And like, for example, a baby and an adult. The adult has to take care of the baby, and the baby is never going to take care of the adult. But I've realized that as I've grown and as I've become the adult, I've realized that there's lots of people that remain in the mindset of the baby and expect you to do absolutely everything, right? Not sleep, dedicate your life to take care of that baby with all your resources, with everything that you have to give, with all the love that you have to show them, with all the care and affection. And they put themselves in a place where they don't have to give anything back to you, right? Because they're the baby. But this is not truth anymore. We're not dealing with actual babies, we're dealing with adults that think of themselves as the baby. And I've realized it's honestly, I'm gonna have to like recompose myself because it honestly fucks with my mind. I feel like we are seeing a lot of this on the internet and a lot of crazy things that are happening, and I just see like a lot of people that kind of put themselves in that place. I think also in a self-centered kind of narcissistic place, not to just throw that word out there. I've watched many videos about this and I'm really interested in understanding the psychology behind it, because it seems kind of like unimaginable to me that someone would expect so much of someone else without giving them anything in return. And that's where I think the phrase comes from that I kept thinking about in the shower. I was basically like, imagine if we all, because this would be horrible, because then we would become like shell of ourselves and we would just become horrible people if we only give people what they give them, because sometimes we have so much good to give and that's amazing, and sometimes we have bad things to offer. So there is moments where someone takes more care of the other one, where someone has more resources to offer the other one, being that energy, time, money even. But that, in that case, we're talking about moments. We're not talking about like years, right? We're not talking about the whole foundation of the relationship. And it's been so like insanely on my mind that it made me start watching these videos about narcissism and trying to understand how like a normal person can just expect so much out of someone else without even considering offering them anything in return. A personal level of just complete mindfuck. And the phrase that I said that I kept thinking about on a loop in the shower is so accurate, because I know that for a fact I've done this, and I realized that I was feeling so depleted. I have a video on my podcast that I talk about us being like a vase and us pouring into other people, and then us being left without any type of water. And naturally, because we've poured into so many people, sometimes we expect the people to pour a little bit back into us so we're not so empty. But I feel like that's not the way to go about it. That's what I talked about in the video. That we have to be able to overflow onto others but not give people our final resources. And when you're sharing and caring and having relationships with people that are also pouring back into you, the water is always abundant and you're both abundantly overflowing into each other. But when you're just pouring and you're not having time and energy to pour into yourself, and the people are pouring back into you, that's when you reach like new levels of like low. That's why I always try to emphasize the importance of us taking care of ourselves, kind of like the airplane mask situation, that if you don't put the mask onto you, you're not going to have oxygen and enough like breath, energy, because basically oxygen is like our energy source, to be able to help others put the mask on, right? Others that might have passed out or something, obviously you want to help them. Sometimes you think like, oh, they even need more help than me, so let me go help them. But then when you help them and you're found without oxygen and you're like almost passing out, you realize like, what am I doing? Like there's gonna be a day where I'm just gonna pass out and the person is not even gonna try to help me. I know this sounds so bizarrely dramatic, but guys, sadly it's the truth. There's so many people that will just take, and when you reach a moment that you're depleted and you have nothing to give, they'll paint you to be the monster, and they'll leave your life and never talk to you again, and they'll go and they'll find someone else that can just give to them, to kind of just re-emphasize for them in their mind that they are the baby, and that they don't have to be the adult, and that everybody has to take care of them, and that's not the truth. I feel like we're grown enough to know that we have to take care of ourselves, and we have to respect others when they need to take care of themselves. And if someone leaves your life because you're prioritizing yourself and your well-being and you don't have much to give them at this moment, then sometimes you're getting rid of something that in the end, and the sad truth, was just depleting you. And it's sad to think. I feel like in a perfect world we will all be like loving, amazing, and light workers, and we would just be all helping each other, and it will be light and good. But there's a lot of vampires out there. Not like literal vampires, but energy vampires, resource vampires, and so many other things. As sad as it is, like, you can give absolutely everything to someone, and the moment that you're not able to give it to them anymore, the person disappears. It's kind of like those girls that only date billionaires, and if they became broke, like the person would disappear. It's kind of like that. A lot of people are manipulative and just overall really difficult people. And when you're really like in a relationship with those people, it's hard to see. And when they paint you out to be a monster, sometimes you even question, like, am I the monster? Like, I wish I could give them more, but I had nothing to give. And then you stop and you realize when you're out of the situation, like, wow, that was crazy. But yeah, I don't know really where I'm going with this. I feel like it's a little bit more of like just a rant, maybe a warning. Be careful, guys. Be careful who you spend time with. Be careful who you give your energy to. And never forget to pour into yourself and to take care of yourself. And when you're in that energy of overflowing, people that will overflow into you will also come into your life. And be careful with the people that come with their little straw and try to drink up all your water, and then when you're empty, throw you in the trash. So yeah, guys, the video cut out, so I don't know where I stopped, but sorry that this wasn't the most upbeat and exciting video. I wish that we could only talk about good and the light and love and all the positive things, the fairies and the rainbows. But life nowadays has, I think, both sides, and sometimes I feel like the brighter that we shine, the more moths that we attract, and we have to be careful. Not to say that we're superior to anybody. I truly think that everybody at their core has the same potential to be light and be love and carry that like divine cosmic energy of like divine union, and that we're all truly internally the same. But some people are choosing to live a path of not following the light, and sometimes following the dark for a billion reasons. That can be like past life trauma and a lot of more complicated things that we can grasp. But I feel like the message is, sorry for the rant and everything, but I think the message is like, let's walk on the rainbow, as dark as it can be, and sometimes like the storms try to wash us over and whatever, and let's try to just walk the path of light and make sure that the people that are around us help us walk this path and keep bringing us back to the light. It's easy, I think, for us to not really be like, oh yeah, they're kind of shitty, but they're my friend and it's fine, or they're kind of shitty, but they're my family members and it's fine. But truly, the thing that they say that like we become kind of like the people that are mostly around us is true. So I feel like we have to be very attentive to who is around us, so we can be around people that make us our best version and that take care of us like we take care of them, and it's equal give and take between two mature and responsible people. And obviously we can help others when they're needing. We don't need to be selfish, but be careful when it's very unequal and it's only you giving and the person are not giving you anything, and those things that I was talking about, because it's very easy to get depleted and to lose yourself and to believe that you're the monster when someone is telling you that you are. Obviously we have to take accountability, and I'm not here for shaming anybody, but I'm all here for protecting ourselves and choosing to walk the path of light and choosing people to walk the path of light with us. You're not going to make anybody walk this path, side note, but you can choose people that are already walking this path or have the will to walk that path. You can obviously light anybody's candle, but if they keep opening the window for the wind to blow it out, there's not much that you can do about it. They have to choose to close that window and keep their light on. And yeah, love you. Sending light to you, your family, and everybody that needs, and hope that you guys are good. Kinda sucks, but it's okay. In the end, everything balances itself out, and all we can do is hope, send positive vibrations, and take care of yourselves. Love you. Hope to see you soon. Sorry for the kind of low vibes, but I guess it just kind of is what it is.